Hello. So, local leopard critter here to say hello and happy new year. Oh my god. I hope you had a happy, safe New Year's. I had a good one, and I know my last video was really heavy, but things are looking up. Things are looking up. Fuck 2025, let's try again 2026. But yes, today I just wanted to do something helpful maybe, and I figured I would do a detailed talk through of how I do my Gyaru inspired nose highlight. A few notes, I'm not a Gyaru makeup person exactly. I wouldn't say I'm a Gyaru or anything. I'm just like super inspired and a huge fan. If you follow my Instagram, you know I'm always like sharing other Gyaru makeup people, like, look at this beautiful shit. So yeah, not claiming to be a Gyaru, it's just something I'm inspired by. A lot of times I try to do at least something of an inspired droop type thing whenever I do this nose highlight, to still pay nods to the Gyaru makeup, but it's still very much my makeup with a Gyaru twist. Or a Gyaru, since I'm a dude. But, yes, other, disclaimers, sorry about my hands. You probably can't even really tell thanks to this lighting, but I re-dyed my hair, including the roots of my black last night, and I swear to God, my black hair dye stains my hands so much worse than the pink and the blue, so I kind of have death hands up close. And yes, I also filmed without my septum ring in, so that there wasn't, like, clearly foundation and powder on my fucking nose ring the whole time. I'm so sorry that that happens so often. I have to just clean it a billion times a day. It's just the life I chose. But yes, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful new year, and that you're doing okay, and that 2026 treats you well, and even if it's got its challenges, that you feel like you actually grow from them. Because I was joking with people yesterday. I was like, I feel like 2025, you know, it whooped my butt in a way that didn't even improve me. I feel like I'm like a worse person for it, but I'm gonna try to be a better person this year. Feel free to chat to me about your New Year's thoughts and plans. My main goal is to blow up, and then I don't know nobody. Just kidding. My main goal is to be friendlier. That's it. Because it's free, and my life is getting very small and isolated and grouchy and introverted and hating everything, and if I don't open my heart up, that's not gonna change. So, gotta actually do something about it instead of sitting around complaining about it, dummy. And you can't just go to the gym about everything. There are other things that need to be done. I am gonna go to the gym, though. Anyways, I think that's all. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, bye! Hello there, everybody. So, yes, let's get started. I'm still figuring out this new tripod. Wee! Woo! So just bear with me. But yeah, my hair is all up and out of the fucking way. Most of my makeup is done. A lot of times I do save this, highlight situation for last, or maybe next last. Sometimes I'll like wait to do the rest of my like gems and lashes and stuff until I'm done. But here's everything you're gonna need. The star of the show will of course be the white eyeliner from NYX. I prefer the light waterproof one. This is the NYX Epic Wear waterproof I Am Body liquid liner. It's super waterproof to the point where I'm really worried because I'm out of my Garnier Micellar waterproof eye makeup remover, and it's the only thing that can kind of get this off. But anyway, yes, this is what I'll be doing the majority of it with. I will also be blending out the edges with this LA Girl White Pro Concealer. This is like $3-4 bucks, and it's amazing. And people apparently really like the regular concealer too, not just the white specialty one. They have all sorts of shades, including correctors as well as standard concealer shades. I hear it's great all the way around. Also, the glowing teeth. They're still kind of yellow, but I finished up my dentist work and I got a really nice dental cleaning, and other than my teeth being still quite yellow because I'm an obsessive coffee drinker, they look so much better and they feel amazing. So we're going into 2026 with happier teeth. Anyways, sorry. Oh, yes, I'm just happy. I know the last video was very heavy. We're doing better. So you're also gonna want a nap. Yes. You'll want some sort of concealer. I actually use my foundation, the MAC Studio Fix Pen Foundation, because it's so high coverage. It works as a concealer for me. And then some sort of brush to blend out the edges. You can use some sort of small concealer brush. I use a little paintbrush. because it's just what works for me. You can also use parts of this. You could do the my nose is itchy, but it's the star of the show. I can't itch it. You can also use a NYX jumbo pencil, the milk one. It doesn't stay on as well for me as these other products though. So you'll want that concealer and stuff to clean up edges, get some sharp lines. I have a couple of brushes as well as my face powder to set that. A smaller brush, a bigger brush in case I need it. I'm going to do some white shimmery highlight in this, but you could also do a matte version. I love the single Ulta Beauty eyeshadows for this. They're pretty affordable. They go on sale all the time. I use the Frozen one, which is a shimmery white, but they also have a flat matte white that I've actually really wanted to get for this, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I might also use a little bit of my glitter that I always use as my highlight. This is the Juvia's Place Fula liquid eyeshadow. It's got a gem stuck on it. It's just purposeful. It's just part of the design. It's fun. I don't leave gems everywhere. I've got a small little angled eyeshadow brush to do all the contouring around my nose, and I've got this Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. It has all my favorite matte natural shades. I'll mostly be using Kana and Walzana, which is a nice light gray taupe that functions as a good shadow color for my skin tone, and the Walzana is darker and deeper and more of a deep gray shadow. And then I do have a small little highlight brush that I use with my white for my highlights that I'll also be using to blend out the top. So I already have, if you can see, I already have some gray eyeshadow blended on the sides of my nose to help blend my eyebrows into my nose shape, because I tend to draw my eyebrows on quite a bit higher than they naturally grow because I don't like where they grow. So I just change it. But I'm going to be doing a lot more contouring, and I'm going to start with that contouring. So we're going to go in with the Kana eyeshadow first. And you can tap off the excess. I would not recommend blowing on it. Just because germs. So I like to make a line close to where I want to be, and then blend out from the edge. But I'm going to be carving the fuck out of the side to have a really unnatural sort of shape, so it doesn't matter as much. Yes, the rest of my makeup is already set and good to go. I'm going to start dipping into that Walzana color, which is darker, so I'm going to use a light hand. But yes, I'm fully connecting all the way down the sides. You don't have to do this either. In general, you don't have to do anything with your makeup, including if it's for Gyaru type stuff. I also don't claim to have Gyaru makeup. It's just inspired. Because I love their makeup so much. So it is going to be a really thin highlight, so I'm going to start working on bringing it in a lot farther than I'm naturally inclined to when it comes to my nose contour. I also don't really ever contour my nose in daily life because I am a glasses wearer and there's just no point. It will slide off my face. Unless it is this kind. Because especially once I set it with my Mehron barrier setting spray, it's not going anywhere. Okay. So I think I'll go ahead and carve out the sides. I think I'm doing this a slightly different order than I normally do it, but I'm going to take some foundation on my little brush, and then I'm going to start carving out the line. And it is up to you how dramatic you want to make this. See? This is the secret sauce that I would highly recommend doing if you're going to do contour on the side. Because another thing you can do, the cool thing with the super bright white, crazy highlight, is that you don't have to do this for it to look like a big crazy highlight. You can just do... Unfortunately, with the way my lighting is, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this side on camera, so you will just see this side. And I'll do the other side off of camera. It's up to you how you want to do the tip. I kind of like to give it a little triangle shape. Wow. And I do kind of a shape up into my eyeliner in the similar shape of curve. You don't have to though, you can just blend it out into thin air. That is also an option. I've had some days where I've done a much darker like contour on the sides, but then I just end up kind of blending it out anyways. So, I don't think I will. I don't think I will. I'm doing things. Okay, now I've got this little brush. My MAC Studio Fix powder. The old formula before they changed it. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life now. And I am just going to pack plenty of powder onto that highlight that I just did. So it's nice and bright, and it's gonna stay. You could do something that's like maybe a shade or two lighter than your skin. If you are pretty fair and you're feeling froggy, you could maybe even do like a white or a lavender. I bet the lavender powders they've been doing would look good. I'm also going to take a big fluffy brush and just set and blend all of it. So now I'm gonna go do the other side, make sure it's kind of symmetrical, and I'll be back. Okay. This is a much more blended out version than how I often do it, but I was kind of feeling that anyways. I didn't really want it to be as harsh because I'm going to the gym later, and I like to look crazy at the gym, but like, within reason. Also, there might be New Year's people there today, which is fine. I hope I give off friendlier vibes than I typically do. Okay, so for this specific kind of highlight, I like to do a big, long rectangle. That blends up into my forehead. There's a lot of different things you could do. You could combine it with the other kinds of nose highlights that I like to do or that you like to do, but I kind of like to keep it standard Gyaru, which is just a big, long-ass rectangle. The hardest part is obviously getting it nice and in the middle of your fucking face. But just take your time. And if you get it a little bit where you don't want it, go ahead and take a clean finger, cleanish, and try to get it out of the way and move before it fully dries. So I start with a line that's as close to in the middle of my nose as possible. And then I slowly build out each side to make it thicker and thicker. And personally, I'm not going to be blending out the sides. You could though. And I just kind of like a rounded-ish tip towards the bottom. No specific special shape or anything. Start to bring it up a little more. This liner does stick to a lot of texture, and I do have a lot of texture as someone with both drier skin. Well, right now, just because of the weather. Skin's a little dry. I shave thick ass hair off of my face as well as my eyebrows. So a lot of times, yeah, it looks a little rough up close, but most people won't get that close to you. And that's just the reality of makeup. Especially heavy makeup. This lighting is being really forgiving. It looks like so much better here than here. Thanks. Okay. And it's up to you if you want to make it super thin and razor sharp, or maybe a little thicker. Sometimes I just kind of like to see how it like goes with the rest of my makeup. So I'm going to start to feather out the top here. Because I will say I like using the LA Girl concealer to blend out the top, but the two products, they don't blend together perfectly. So, sometimes I have to go back and forth a little bit. And the white eyeshadow helps a lot. So the LA Girl concealer, it comes with a little tip, and I just like to use it. Some people don't like to do that, but you can fix anything if you catch it before it dries. And this does not dry down that well, which makes it very malleable and usable, but it's not like a super amazing waterproof concealer or anything in my experience. I don't know, some people really swear by this concealer. I don't have an incredible experience with it. It just like, it does what I need it to do for costumey type makeup. It's just a good, basic white paint. Yeah, something like that. I've seen people do like a big ass like kind of heart shape, which is cute. It's up to you, whatever you like to do. I don't like, I don't even think this is like very flattering on me as a person, and yet I love doing it because it's makeup. Look it. Okay, so I'm gonna take my glittery white eyeshadow and just start to put that over the top. And not only is it a fun shiny highlight, but like I said, it kind of helps blend the two products together a little better. Not a lot, but a little. And a lot of times what I like to do as well is give a nice highlight to that inner part. There we go. So, it's not bad for a quick little doodad. I also have a shape of nose that I know makes it kind of look distorted, but I don't really care. Like I said, this is just for funsies. It's not flattering. I don't have the perfect face shape for this. I don't always take as long as I should to make sure it's as symmetrical as it could be, considering that I do have the artistic talent to do so. Sometimes, especially because I do save it for like the kind of the last bit, I'm gonna try to make this a little bit brighter, a little bit further up, just for preference. But I kind of like to give myself a time limit, especially as someone who is like very artistically inclined. I'll get to kind of a point where I've been working on, like, for example, like some complicated eyebrows for a while. I'll be like, alright, I'm gassing out, I have a whole other face left to do, like maybe I still need to do my eyes and stuff, and I'll be like, alright, you've got just a few more minutes, clean it up, get it as good as you can, and if it's not satisfied, if you aren't satisfied, it's just one of those days. So, you could also stick a little bit of white right in, I kind of want to try it. We're experimenting together. Just make it a little more dramatic. Oh, the drama. Just a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit? Okay. Sometimes I like to bring in the nose contour a little closer to it. Oh, it looks like I'm getting a little... Oh, he getting a little messy. That's okay. Ooh. I still need to fucking do my hair, so I'm like... What does that mean? I don't know. Something. Well. Yeah, a lot of times that blend up into my forehead is like eye at most. And once again, that's okay. I'm okay with it at least. If you aren't, sorry, but I wish there were 8 hours a day that I could spend on my makeup. However, there's not. There are other things that eventually need to be done, I guess. Yeah. I think it'll be easier if I go look at this in the mirror, and I'll probably widen this a little bit. I can tell it's a little thin for my taste, but other than that, that's really it. If you have any other specific questions, let me know. Like I said, you can do different parts of this more dramatic or less dramatic, but I need to go finish getting ready, do my hair, put a septum ring in. I kept it out so that there wasn't constantly makeup on it. Sorry. And do some glamour shots, and I'll see you later. Bye!